Hello everyone, Positron here, taking a quick look at The Girl and the Robot. This is a game being developed by Flying Carpet Games, and it is currently in very early pre-alpha state. But the developer was nice enough to give me a copy to check out, and so I thought I would show it off. I'm very impressed with what I see so far. This game was successfully funded on Kickstarter at the end of 2013. It made it through Steam Greenlight. But again, this is a very early alpha, so keep that in mind as you're watching this video. So we just right now for the alpha, we just get dropped in here, and we are this little girl. We can move around, we can run, and take a look at our surroundings. We've been kind of on this really high up in the mountains, almost floating castle kind of deal here. I don't want to fall off because I can fall off. And as the girl, we can interact with different things. We can pull switches, we can step on switches, we can, open and close doors, things like that. As we run around here, very quickly, mind you. I'm playing this with a controller. It can also be played with keyboard and mouse. Probably hear the wind a little bit in the background. Make my way up this tower. This bridge. There's not a lot of music in the current alpha version, but what is here so far is just beautiful. Beautiful music. And here we have what appears to be the titular robot. But he's trapped in that cage. Now, as the girl, we are completely defenseless. We cannot fight enemies. We have no offense, and these kind of evil robots will end our day very quickly. That gate closing on us, we can climb up these boxes here, sneak through this window to safety. And this shows kind of part of what the girl's gameplay is like. The girl's gameplay is very focused on falling down cliffs. So that can happen, but unfortunately it's just a quick respawn right now. I assume the game will have, checkpoints in its final form, but that was good to show off that, there is death, there is danger. But the girl's gameplay is primarily focused on puzzle solving. So here we have a pretty simple puzzle based on raising and lowering these stone platforms. Now that switch alters those two on the side. You can actually see the markings on the stone there. So this one should lower the one closest to us. Now, I have played through this part of the alpha so far, so I mean, I do know the solutions to these puzzles. But the early puzzles are, they're pretty easy, pretty simple to figure out. And hop over here, and there will be two more switches. Now this one will open, or will move that platform, and that one will move both of these. First time I did this, I kind of botched it. But I think I can get it without having to run back across here. When we pull this switch, it should lower those two platforms, I believe. Yes, and now we are able to get across. And there's something shining up there that I think we want to take a look at. As I very carefully move around, I don't want to run myself off the edge again. We have another switch here. That makes a very tiny platform. Controls are tight though, so it's not much trouble to just line up and run across here safely. That removes our little walkway, but it raises a huge set of stairs over here that we'll be able to use. And we can run up this, hop over, and we can get up there now to get whatever that shining object happens to be. And it's a pendant of some sort. Again, early alpha. So now that we have this pendant, we can get control of the robot. And I don't like this cage, so we can just bust it right open. Now, as the robots, we are quite a bit slower. And that's actually, you can see a good look at our cage there, or perhaps our prison. The story isn't really fleshed out in the alpha, so I can only assume that the girl was trapped there. But yeah, as a robot, we can run. We can do kind of a little dash. We can swing our sword, and we have a bow and arrow. I'm not too good with the bow and arrow so far, but it's available. You'll notice on our back is this shield kind of thing, but it's also got a glowing circle in the middle. And that glowing circle represents kind of our energy. As we run around, or if we take damage, that will turn red. And once it goes too far, if I can get, there we go. We need to rest for a minute. And we can just, just by not running, not attacking, you can rest. So now we have the robot, we can fight these guys. We've got like a 3-hit combo. Now as you can see, as we fought that robot, his armor started falling off. And that'll happen to us too. That's kind of how our health gauge works. I love that scene. It's so simple, but it's so nice. Now something we can do here, if we press B, we can pick her up and carry her on our shoulders. Come on, how adorable is that? So now that we've done that, we can take her back across here. My initial impression of that scene right there and the whole thing with carrying her is that if the developer can hold on to that, throughout the tone of the game, throughout the course of the game and development and creating the story and everything, I kind of see good things happening. So I really hope that they're able to, really take a hold of that and keep that, just that atmosphere going. So now we can control both of these characters and we can switch between them at will. So for example, I can put the robot on this elevator and take the girl and flip the switch. When I flip the switch, we'll take a bit of a journey. So now if I switch to him as he's going up the elevator here, there's another switch and that'll send the elevator back down, I believe. There we go. And then we can hit the switch with him again and bring her back up. Now these are obviously not, very complex puzzles right now, but this is kind of the tutorial of, this is how you would solve puzzles like this. Now I think it's safe here, so I'll pick her up and take her across the bridge. And here we have a switch. It's a pressure plate. While it's open, we can move through this gate. And I think I'll take the robot through. I might have that backwards though. Let me leave him on the plate, and I'll this room is safe, so she can scout ahead. And now he can go this way. Oh yeah, definitely need to send him through here, because now we've got enemies. I'll take a hit here so you can see what happens when you start taking damage. Yeah, so now like our helmet is gone, so that shows that we've taken some battle damage. Actually, I've never fought two enemies at once before. As you can see, if I take too much stamina usage, my swings are very slow, my dash is very slow. So you don't want to be too aggressive. Yeah, this guy is really quick. There we go. So, there's one over here too. Right now I just have the basic 3-hit combo, but I imagine as, you know, time goes on. Oh, he blocked. You get more. Now we've lost our chest piece, so I'm taking quite a bit of damage here. Ooh, he actually parried. I didn't know they could do that. So there's actually a little more depth in the combat than I initially realized, and we're already down to, I mean, no parts here. All of our armor is gone. But there's something we can do about that, and I'll show that off in a minute. So now that we've pushed that block down, I'm actually going to look ahead here just to make sure there's no more enemies. Looks to be clear. Now, I don't know what happens if you have enemies attacking you when you're stationary as a robot. I assume they can kill you. But now that we've pushed that switch, we can hop across here, go up these stairs very carefully, and hop through the window to our friend. Now, he's not looking so good. He's kind of naked, but we can do something about that. While controlling the girl, we can slowly repair him. It takes a couple of seconds to repair each piece, but, you know, that's so you can't just do it in combat, essentially. And there we go, good as new. Let's head on through. Got another pressure plate here. We'll let her handle that. We'll head down this way. Now I think below us is that bridge we went through before. There we go. And I don't think them exploding does any damage to us, at least not to my knowledge. Now, combat music still playing usually means there's more enemies, so I'm going to scout ahead a little bit. I think there might be someone hiding in here. Oh, he is behind a gate, though. Maybe this will open it. Yeah, it does. So it looks like we're clear. I think that was a pressure plate down there. Should probably make sure that my friend can get through. It'll do much running. Oh, it was just a switch. That's right. So she should be able to run up through here now. But of course, I wouldn't want her to tire herself out. Poor thing. Probably had a rough day. You also notice too, I mean, it's one of those things where just kind of the atmosphere lets you kind of start creating your own stories. I mean, I don't know what the the whole story is, but our robot seems kind of like an older model than those other robots, maybe a little from older times. He doesn't seem quite as agile as those other robots. Now, there's a lot of enemies there. And this is kind of a neat puzzle coming up. So we'll sneak our way through this crevice here. A little bit of Metal Gear Solid style. And if we push this switch over here, that panel flips down with a whole bunch of... Oh! Haha! The panel is actually random. I didn't know that. That's interesting. This is a different set of symbols than I got before. Alright. So we've got kind of like a triangle thing, a moon with a star burst, another moon without a star, a different kind of cross burst there, and then a circle. So if we come over here and press this switch down, and this opens the gates. So, now if we come to this room, we see there's a whole bunch of symbols on the ground. I know we started with the triangle, right? Was this button? And then... Oh, this is actually pretty complex compared to my other one. Then it was the moon, right? The moon with the star in it. And then... I don't think we had the square, right? We had this kind of sunburst thing. Then this moon, this star, and this circle. Okay, good. I'm guessing if you mess that up, that those cages open and 6 enemies at once would be probably death. Securely close that. Let's push this block over. And head on across this bridge. See all the places we've been, and you can actually see our cage there off in the distance. And this will be kind of where I'll end here shortly after. We have a different type of puzzle here where you can see that open both sides. And we'll pick her up. I don't think this gate will close. I believe there would be a cutscene here normally, but again, you know, early alpha. And I want to show off this last little bit because it shows off a bit of a change of scenery. So you know that the game isn't just in this tower. And we come into this kind of old-fashioned town area. Now this section isn't finished yet, but kind of shows off that, you know, there's more than just a tower. There's a lot of variety in the surroundings. You can get a little bit of a time period from that bicycle there. But yeah, this is The Girl and the Robot. I really like it. I really like what I see so far. I really hope that the developer is able to finish it and you know, kind of go through the whole scope of what he originally intended. It's great. The atmosphere is awesome. The art is awesome. And there's some really, really good stuff here. And I think the level design and the game design already is pretty good. You know, it doesn't just tell you what to do, but it's very intuitive. Yeah, so I have a bunch of links in the description. There's a link to the Kickstarter page. There's a link to Flying Carpet Games website, the Steam Greenlight page, and the Humble widget if you do want to purchase the alpha demo. Again, it's early, very early alpha. pre-alpha. I think it's $9 right now, and that'll get you updates through the final version. But yeah, so if you want to support the developer, check it out. But as always, be cautious. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like it, please click like, helps out a lot, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. See you soon.